Today we will talk about the oil markets and how it is related with the financial market.
It's one of the most important in the world. This is because the oil substance, it's the derivatives of all the things that we use all the days. But how the market works? The market works by the model of supply and demand model of economy. But you can ask me why the price of the oil are decreasing. This is because three forces. The first one is the monopoly position. The monopoly position is the way that the capitalism gives to the companies the decision on the market. The second is the importance of the oil, the importance of the oil in the world, and the third one is the geopolitical forces that are the nationalism of the companies in the countries that they are taking the oil.
So these have been the three forces that are controlling the oil market. But in the latest part of the 20th century, a fourth force has entered the scene: burning oil, which is giving more power to renewable energies to gain market share in the oil market. But you might be wondering who controls the oil market. Probably multinationals like Shell, BP, but in reality there are more than that, national and international players. An example would be the OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's an alliance of 12 countries that have the most power of oil market. But lately, other players have been getting more power in this market. An example is Russia. OPEC, in order to stabilize the price, they reduced the supply, and at the same time, Russia tried to gain market share. Another one is China, with a different tactic. They stimulate different countries, like in Africa, to extract oil from them and import it back to China, so they are not dependent on OPEC. Lastly, USA was very dependent on OPEC, but they are applying different technologies to extract shale crude, which is very harmful for the environment, but they are taking the risk in order to not be dependent on the OPEC.
Finally, the main effects of the oil market in the financial market is divided in these four.
It reduces profit margins for the companies. As we know, as my partner said, all the products that you use today are made by the basic of the good oil. Second, it's important to know that the price and the changes that the oil has can affect the prices that the final product has. For that reason, the companies can make hard changes in the price of the final goods because they can affect the image of the consumer. And if they affect the prices, they can make advantage to the competitors. It's a reducing consumer demand for goods. All in the world is working with the demand for goods and the price that the market can have. If the market and the oil prices go up, the consumers can have the acquisition for pay to a specific quantity of goods, and in this case the demand goes down.
One is that they increase profits of oil companies. So the spot price of the oil is a function of supply and demand and investment of the vehicles. When prices are high, companies lock the supply contracts for that price. So the cost of production might be very low, and this keeps profits high even the spot price dips. That means that the oil companies see a fantastic profit opportunity and have their share prices here in this case. Finally, the cause arises in the inflation. So since the oil seems to rise costs for every participant in the company, it has inflationary effect over the long term. Additionally, it becomes more expensive for individuals to go about into their daily lives, and wages will have to compete for this. Higher wages can cause inflation because it increases the cost of goods and services, and that's caused the inflation.